Well, hello everybody. What's up? So, in the last video I talked about leopard geckos. Yeah? Well, not many people like leopard geckos these days. So what about Elden Ring? You all love Elden Ring. But I'm also going to talk to you about how it's a ripoff of Breath of the Wild. Yeah. So basically to get you started, fun fact, even though Breath of the Wild came out in 2017 and Elden Ring came out in 2022, Elden Ring started development in 2017, the year Breath of the Wild came out. So it could be a ripoff, technically. Let's get to it, I guess. Now! First, let's talk about the similarities before we get to the ripoffs. Let's see, Okay, one thing is an open world game. While this isn't a ripoff, it's a similarity because there are a lot of open world games, and that's nice. Next, there is, horse riding. Yeah, you gotta ride horses. It's an important thing. I'm glad they finally have horses in the Souls game in Elden Ring. It's good. Dark Souls really disappointed me because it didn't have a horse. You know what I mean? Anyway, there's also fast travel. Yeah, a lot of games have fast travel, and it's not a ripoff, but it's good at least. I mean, it's similar too. RPG. They're both RPG games. There are also materials. Tons of materials to collect in each one. Like, for example, in Breath of the Wild, you'd be riding on a Epona or your horse, and then collect a mushroom from under a tree. I don't know, a Hylian shroom or a razor shroom. And in Elden Ring, you're collecting Rawa fruits and mushrooms. Yeah. And anyway, now there's also hunting. Yeah, you can kill animals in all those games. Hunting and killing poor innocent animals because you're a heartless and pained murderer and you only care about murdering and you suck. Cut! Now we talk about the ripoffs. Okay, one thing. There are Korok puzzles in Breath of the Wild. Those cute little Koroks, they're adorable. They just look like little tree guys. And there are also teardrop scarabs in Elden Ring. How are they in common, you may ask? Well, there's a puzzle in Breath of the Wild, I do recall, where the Korok's invisible, and it runs around everywhere in an invisible bubble thing, and you have to get your timing right to catch it. In Elden Ring, the teardrop scarabs are invisible, and they ride around in a circle, and you have to hit them. I gotta admit the one in Elden Ring's more annoying, but they're ripoffs, okay? It's a ripoff, I say! Memory sites, yeah. So in Breath of the Wild, Impa gives you this thing where you have to collect your memories and stuff, and there's like a picture, and you have to go to that place the picture says. And then in Elden Ring, there's artist shacks. The artist shacks have paintings in them. If you go to the spot shown on the painting, you get an item. Like, for example, the artist shack in Western Limgrave has a picture of a graveyard. If you go to the graveyard, you get an incantation scarab. You know what I mean? Another thing is, following the dogs you find at stables in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, if you give them meat, they bring you to a treasure, yeah. And in Elden Ring, there were ghosts, nobles, and if you touch their candlestick, they lead you to a cave, apparently. I haven't seen this, of course, but the cameraman says that's a thing, so yeah, I guess. And also, one last thing, I'm not sure if it's a similarity or a, ripoff. So there's a boss in Elden Ring called Magma Worm Marar, and you may know if you played The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, that Marar is a Korok little guy. And there's an island in Breath of the Wild called Marar Island, and it has a bunch of style enemies and choo-choos. So that could be a ripoff, especially because Magma Worm Makar's original name was Makal, and then the developers changed it to Makar. That could be a thing, or maybe they just like Zelda and they want to copy the things or whatever. I don't know at this rate. I don't know. What do you think? Is it a ripoff or just similar? Be sure to talk about it in the comments. Or if the comments show up, because for some reason the comments on my video start turning on and off and on and off. Anyway, if they do show up, just comment, okay? Also subscribe. Like and subscribe. Or else this gnome becomes you! Anyway, bye! not sure if anyone plays Breath of the Wild anymore. So if you play Tears of the Kingdom instead, you'll also be this gnome instead of the last one.